Hello and welcome to YNWE Transfer News, your ultimate source for all Liverpool FC transfer news. Our first news is this. Newcastle United boss Eddie Howe refused to talk about Benjamin Cesco directly, but didn't rule out interest in the RB Leipzig forward after Liverpool made an opening bid for Alexander Isak. The Magpies are desperate to keep Isak but have been looking at other strikers in the market. Cesco is thought to have the choice of either Newcastle or Manchester United, while Jon Wissa is also being chased by the former, but Brentford has so far been unrelenting in its stance of not wanting to let him leave. While Newcastle wants to keep Isak, it is more likely that an offer could be tempting to the Northeast outfit if it can line up a couple of players to come in first. And Howe was asked about Cesco earlier today in a press conference. "I am sorry to sound like a broken record. I am aware of what is happening, but I am not dealing with it," Howe said via Chronicle Live. "I woke up today and had 2 training sessions, and then came straight here. I am finding out what is happening after it has happened. We will try to bring the best to the football club, I will make that clear, but I can't talk about individual targets. Having been turned down by the likes of Hugo Ekitike and João Pedro already this summer, Newcastle has had a difficult summer. Losing Isak would only make that even harder. We are looking at the best players we can get," Howe said. "We are only looking at the best we can get. I see all situations open and available to us. I feel that is the only way we are going to get where we want to go, which is to maximize quality over quantity. That is the way it has always been, the way we work, we try to improve, and we have done it pretty well to this point. It has been a challenging summer, as you know. We have missed out on loads of different targets, for different reasons. But we are still very competitive, and we are still in there trying to bring good players to the club. That won't change until the window shuts." In addition to being asked about Cesco, Howe also offered confirmation that Liverpool had made a bid for Isak. He also said that he was only aware of the Swede training in Spain this week via media reports. "I was made aware of a bid yesterday and that bid was turned down, all before I'd even heard about it," Howe said. "People back in England are dealing with the situation. I don't know what happens next. From our perspective, we still support Alex in every way. My wish is that we see him in a Newcastle shirt again." Transfers. Liverpool's £110 million bid for Alexander Isak rejected by Newcastle. Alexander Isak wishes to make a switch to Merseyside, but Newcastle rejected the first bid from Liverpool as the defending league champions do not intend on submitting another offer. Isak training in Spain amid uncertainty. Alexander Isak's desire to move to Merseyside has become one of the headline stories of the summer window. While recovering from a minor thigh injury, the Swedish striker is currently training in Spain with former club Real Sociedad, rather than joining Newcastle United on their pre-season tour. Isak, who spent 3 years with Sociedad before moving to Newcastle, has scored 62 goals during his time in English football. Transfers. Liverpool's £110 million bid for Alexander Isak rejected by Newcastle by Justin Agyeman 2 August 2025. Alexander Isak wishes to make a switch to Merseyside, but Newcastle rejected the first bid from Liverpool as the defending league champions do not intend on submitting another offer. Isak training in Spain amid uncertainty. Alexander Isak's desire to move to Merseyside has become one of the headline stories of the summer window. While recovering from a minor thigh injury, the Swedish striker is currently training in Spain with former club Real Sociedad, rather than joining Newcastle United on their pre-season tour. Isak, who spent 3 years with Sociedad before moving to Newcastle, has scored 62 goals during his time in English football. Liverpool's opening bid rejected. Liverpool have had their first official bid rejected by Newcastle United. The offer, believed to be around £110 million guaranteed, followed an initial informal approach suggesting a deal worth £120 million. Despite the interest, Newcastle remained firm on their stance. Isak is not for sale. Newcastle's position and contract details. Isak has 3 years remaining on his current deal. Newcastle had offered the striker a new contract which would include a release clause for next summer, but the player's desire to leave has not changed. Newcastle have made it clear to Liverpool that they will only consider letting Isak leave for a fee close to £150 million, a figure that would make him the most expensive British transfer ever. Search for replacements begins. With interest growing and uncertainty surrounding Isak's future, Newcastle have started exploring attacking options. They've already missed out on João Pedro and Hugo Ekitike, the latter now with Liverpool. New targets include Brentford's Yoane Wissa, though a bid has reportedly been rejected. RB Leipzig's Benjamin Cesco has emerged as the top candidate, but Newcastle face competition from Manchester United for his signature. Liverpool ready to walk away. Liverpool have made it clear they will not be held to ransom and are unlikely to return with an improved offer. The club is prepared to walk away from the deal altogether if Newcastle continue to demand £150 million. Still, Isak remains unsettled, and there is time for things to change. Liverpool are looking to add a proven goal-scoring number 9 to their title-winning side, and Isak fits the bill perfectly. His presence would give Arne Slot's attack a ruthless edge, striking fear into Premier League defences next season. Liverpool to shatter the transfer record with new Alexander Isak move. Liverpool are set to shatter the British transfer record as they intensify their bid to sign Newcastle United star Alexander Isak with a new mega offer. Speaking on the latest edition of Football Insider's Inside Track podcast, senior correspondent Pete O'Rourke revealed what sources have told him about the 25-year-old's future and the chances of a mega money move to Anfield. Isak has told Newcastle of his desire to leave and has his heart set on a move to Liverpool amid hopes that the deal will accelerate in the coming days. Football Insider revealed on July 28 that Liverpool are increasingly confident of signing Isak and are planning to lodge a new bid imminently. Arne Slot's side are willing to pay £120 million plus add-ons to land the Sweden international, and club-to-club talks continue behind the scenes at St James Park. This comes after Football Insider revealed that Liverpool could accelerate their interest in Isak if he pushes for the move, as it may force Newcastle to accept offers. Liverpool pushing to sign Alexander Isak after Newcastle reveal. Football Insider revealed on July 18 that Newcastle feel Liverpool were trying to unsettle Isak by making a public move to sign him earlier last month. The striker has since asked not to be included as part of Newcastle's pre-season tour squad and has made clear his desire to move on before the window closes. O'Rourke explained that the Reds are now prepared to shatter the British transfer record, which they set earlier this summer with the £116.5 million signing of Florian Wirtz. He's told the club he wants to explore his options, he told Football Insider. It seems the player has his heart set on a move to Liverpool if a deal can be agreed between the two clubs. It'll be the biggest deal of the window if it goes through. Newcastle are within their rights because he's under a long-term contract, so they will want big money for him. It will shatter the British transfer record if a move is done for Alexander Isak to go to Liverpool. It does seem Liverpool are willing to go to those lengths to try and sign the Sweden international, with talk about a fee of around £120 million plus add-ons. Talks are ongoing between the two clubs and probably between Isak's representatives and Newcastle to see if a resolution can be made. Alexander Isak to Liverpool transfer latest Eddie Howe admission, bid U-turn, replacement hunt. Liverpool's pursuit of Alexander Isak burst into life on Friday as the Reds launched an official bid for the Newcastle United star. The Reds' offer came after weeks of interest which, according to reports, led to anger from their counterparts in the Northeast over the delay in entering negotiations. The Premier League champions continue their efforts to add reinforcements after their domestic success last term, and despite already smashing a club record to sign Florian Wirtz, it appears they aren't done yet. Liverpool saw their bid rejected by Newcastle on Friday as the Sweden international trains away from the Northeast. The 25-year-old is currently preparing for the forthcoming Premier League campaign at the training base of his former club Real Sociedad. It comes after Isak was sent home early from their camp in Scotland, before he wasn't on the plane for the Magpies tour of the Far East in order to recover from a minor thigh injury. Liverpool not planning second bid. The Echo reported yesterday that Liverpool are currently not intending to submit a second bid after seeing their first offer knocked back. Liverpool consider it futile to return to the table with an improved offer given the Magpies' swiftness and clarity in their rejection. It has been reported that Isak has asked to leave St James Park following interest from Liverpool, but Newcastle have been adamant throughout the summer that he is not for sale, a stance which would have to change before the Reds consider a U-turn and re-enter negotiations. Newcastle win race to sign Cesco. However, this was before the bombshell reports from Slovenia, which were somewhat reiterated across Europe. According to Slovenian outlet Delo, Newcastle have won the race to sign Benjamin Cesco, despite reports this week that Manchester United were advancing in a deal for the 22-year-old. It has been claimed that the RB Leipzig forward has opted to move to the Magpies despite interest from Manchester United. They add that the move could be between €70 million, £61 million, and €80 million, £69 million. Newcastle increased Cesco offer. Sasha Tavolieri followed up to claim that Newcastle had significantly improved their personal terms offer, with the fee for the striker said to be around €90 million, £78 million. The Daily Mail's Craig Hope added that the North East club presented a package and vision for the player, but await his decision, with United also in the hunt. He adds that the decision over his future hasn't been communicated. Newcastle need replacement before sale. The Chronicle reported that Newcastle have been steadfast in their stance that Isak is not for sale, but they may talk business at £150 million, but would then be left with a race against time to find the right replacement. Reports elsewhere have suggested that the Magpies will not sanction an exit for their record signing without a replacement already lined up. It poses the question that should Cesco make the switch to Newcastle, would it open the door to Liverpool making a record-breaking move for Isak? Eddie Howe breaks silence. Speaking on Saturday ahead of Newcastle's upcoming preseason friendly, Newcastle manager Eddie Howe confirmed he found out about Isak's whereabouts via the media after it emerged he was in Spain. "I know where he is, really, through the media," he said. "From that perspective, it's difficult for me to go into any kind of detail. The situation is far from ideal and is quite complex." The former Bournemouth manager admitted that he is unsure what happens next after Liverpool's bid for Isak was rejected. He added, "From my situation, I am very much removed from what was happening back home. I was made aware of a bid yesterday, and that bid was turned down all before I even heard about. People back in England are dealing with the situation. I really don't know what happens next. From our perspective, we still support Alex in every way, and my wish is that we see him in a Newcastle shirt again." Benjamin Cesco to Newcastle transfer latest. Howe failed to be drawn on the developments overnight, but reaffirmed that they are looking to add the best players that they can get after missing out on their targets. He said, "I am sorry to sound like a broken record. I am aware of what is happening, but I am not dealing with it. I woke up today and had 2 training sessions, then came straight here. I am finding out what is happening after it has happened, so we will try to bring the best to the football club. I will make that clear, but I can't talk about individual targets. We are looking at the best players we can get." Howe added, "We are only looking at the best we can get. I see all situations open and available to us. I feel that is the only way we are going to get where we want to go, which is to maximize quality over quantity. That is the way it has always been, the way we work. We try to improve. We have done it pretty well to this point. It has been a challenging summer, as you know. We have missed out on loads of different targets, for different reasons. But we are still very competitive, and we are still in there trying to bring good players to the club. That won't change until the window shuts." Thanks for watching. Like and comment. Subscribe.